Today, what we're going to do is teach you how to build a ZoomInfo just for you. And we're specifically going to go over a company, how I'm going to do this for an individual company, and why this is important. Why should you care about this? Well, if you're just downloading data from Apollo or ZoomInfo, you have nothing unique to say because all of your competitors have access to that same data. It's also not derived from the pains and problems that you can solve that you know that your customers have told you that you're great at solving. And so if you build an entire data set just for you, and it's surprisingly affordable, what you get is that you know of all the companies that you could target in the market, who should you target now? Once you know that, you also know what to say to them because you have identified their problems at scale programmatically. And finally, you can send that message at scale and also eliminate all of the manual work that your SDRs do today. This is why it's absolutely essential in 2024 to build a database for you. So we're going to talk about what that means. And I just looked at a random company that has just raised recently. And we're going to dive into their use case, how they should likely think about building this data set, and hopefully there's some parallels in here for you. So I just searched on TechCrunch and I said, hey, give me articles published since December, just raised B2B, and I found Thynk. And Thynk is basically a hotel CRM. And really, in the article, it's really interesting. The CEO talks about this as basically you go into a hotel and people treat you like an upsell, right? This is about how many nights do you have available and, is it this price or that price? And the CEO says basically what we want to do is we want to treat you like a person. And we want you to have an interaction, right? From a customer success, we want to improve your stay. We know you've been here X amount of times. Now, I think the best analogy here is turning every hotel group into a Ritz-Carlton because they are amazing at this at the Ritz. And so what we're going to do is we're going to identify how can we define their ICP and how can we do it programmatically and what are we going to look for. So I'm just going to take some notes here. ICP. So we're talking about, it looks like there's a certain kind of hotel range here. And I think that the article said specifically 500 million on long tail small and medium companies. So let's call this 10 to maybe 200 hotels. And let's look a little bit more to see where they talk about this. Personalize 5,000 spaces. Oh, okay. Actually, so watch this. Let's do this here, and then we're going to pop this into ChatGPT. Can you tell me how many unique hotels each of these companies has? So GPT Vision is actually pretty good, so it probably will be able to recognize these logos and then go research them. And this good thing is you can spell things wrong and it won't be a problem. So while that happens, oh great, so it's doing a good job there. Truly reflect our needs. This is the best place to get this is what customers say. Competitive advantage. Didn't just solve our immediate roadmap. Excellent hospitality, industry trends. So this is interesting, reporting KPI, sales performance, leveraging PMS and sales and catering directly. It's interesting they talk about catering. So let's go and see if we can find the unique value props here. Oh, multi-properties. Multi-properties. Let's just start. I don't know property PMS integration. Let's find out what that means from a hotel perspective. I know. I've heard that phrase before in a different context. Refine your operations. Oh, Salesforce. So this is CRM usage, I might have an idea here. We can probably use my data. Let's look at jobs data. Let's see what ChatGPT has found. Oh, so interesting. Multiple locations, 100 properties. Okay, so this is still good. Four to 5 star. Okay. This is really interesting. So 4 to 5 star hotels, which we didn't include. That was an interesting insight. What is this mean in the hotel system world? Let's see if ChatGPT can give me some understanding about what they're talking about here. Okay, direct sales. Okay, this is really interesting. This direct sales is very fascinating. So direct sales, we probably care about are they on Hotwire or other hotel sites? I have a good way to figure that out. Win rate, deal closure, forecast accuracy. This is really interesting. That so we want to know kind of what sorts of marketing they do today. Okay. In a short-staffed industry, understaffed. That's really interesting. Higher profit, personalized experiences. That's let's discover their secret sauce. Okay, CRM. Doesn't use Salesforce, maybe. Groups and events. Cares. BI. Integrations. Let's see if. Property management system. So we probably care what property management system they're using. Beyond corporate accounts and blended travel solutions. So this is really like I love all these keywords like mice. What's mice? High velocity, hospitality cloud. Okay. The customer stories are good. I'm not going to really. I would probably read through these. I probably would have ChatGPT do some of this, look through the customer stories, and I would just paste in a lot of these and identify other unique things that people are talking about. Actually, I should probably do that for you so you can understand this process, because this is going to be useful for making your own ZoomInfo. I am trying to programmatically figure out let's just make sure that this Super Whisper is working for me. Great. I'm trying to programmatically identify the hotels that would be a good fit for this product or service, looking at things like what's happening on their website, what's happening in Google reviews, how many locations they have. Can you give me the types of signals or information that if I was the founder of this company that I would look for to identify a perfect fit ICP hotel based on how they talk about themselves publicly? I'm going to paste in a bunch of case studies so you can use actual words of their customers to give me these ideas. So, and all we're going to do is just going to paste in a bunch of these case studies. And it's okay that there's Harry's home. We already got Harry's. It's okay that there's some extra text in here. ChatGPT doesn't really mind. This is probably enough. I probably could have done a little more, but this will be good. It's going to take all the case study information and give me ideas about how I should think about operational efficiency. Okay, so streamline. Okay, so this is really helpful. Technology hurdles, outdated systems, need for an upgrade. Okay, I can tell you how to figure this out. So let's actually do some really fun Googling here. So actually, let's start with Google Maps. Maps is a good place to do this. Hotel group. Let's see if hotels. Let's actually look at just hotels in San Francisco, and we're going to find Hilton is a tapestry. Oh, that's Hilton, Hyatt. Oh, okay. So Kimpton is probably a good hotel group. So what we're going to do is, so it's 4-star. Now we would be able to do this programmatically, but it's always best to start with actual individual companies so you can look. Now the interesting thing about this is we know what booking. So if I scrape this, I have a good understanding about what the different options are. So it looks like they are probably using an aggregator so they can be listed on a bunch of different hotel sites. So that's a level of sophistication for the hotel that's really important. Now, I do look at reviews too. Extraordinary welcoming pets. So face the street, a lot of noise. So now they're not going to be able to solve this, for example, but good time for guests. Maybe they will. I don't know if they can provide that. This is TripAdvisor, staffer friendly, Japanese food. The location is good. So what you're going to do is I got an upgrade to a balcony room. So you're going to want to find out how are people treating their customer through these Google reviews. So not great value for the money. Hotel needs some TLC. Rooms are spacious, but lifts need to be replaced. Very tired. Balcony tensions. So you can kind of understand who are the companies that are investing in these types of problems. Now none of this is technology related yet. So we asked for coffee. So this is a perfect example. We asked for coffee. It took several attempts to get the right pods. Minor issue, but left a negative impression. So what's really interesting here is you can find these service interactions that are likely the result of a bad PMS system. I just instantly forgot what that. Not Kimpton level quality, right? So we've got some Google reviews. Now you're going to want to scrape this stuff programmatically and look for keywords. So these Google keywords are really going to be able to tell you a lot about a guest experience, and that's going to have a lot of implication about the types of service they offer. Now, the other interesting thing is that you can kind of see this description here talks about what they offer. We know it's a 4-star hotel, and we know the amenities. So business center, right? This is a perfect example. If they had this data for the entire market, they're going to be able to determine which companies have business centers. Now, that's going to be a really good signal for them because there are higher corporate upsells there. And there's likely other types of things that are going to be helpful here. And these tags from Google, they've done a lot of hard work for you. So let's see if we can let's go to the website. Wow, they really don't want me to go to the website, do they? Let's go to the official site. Okay, so this is an IGH property. So what we're going to do is actually go to, we probably want this link here, which these are just about the Kimpton hotels. Let's go here. Okay, so these are all of the Kimpton hotels. So 72 hotels in 66 cities. So what we're going to do is we're going to programmatically go look at these to determine how many hotels they have. Now remember, we have a sweet spot between, I think we decided 10 to 20 hotels. So this data is going to be really important. Now, if I know exactly how many hotels they have, and I can understand what are the customer issues that are appearing in Google reviews across those hotels, um, I'm going to be able to find themes. And if I can find themes, I can message people about those themes. So let's actually see. So they have an events section. Let's see if view our events calendar. Now, remember, this company talked about being able to power specific events. So knowing that they have events is probably going to be really helpful, or weddings, right? So now you kind of have an understanding. If you can take this information from the page and ask specific questions about what you care about, right? These upsells, we want to know if they have a wedding venue. We want to know if they have a business center. We want to know what types of amenities they have. We want to know how they think about the experience, right? So this is the about page. So it's going to talk about the number of hotels, how many destinations. It probably matters where they are in the country and or around the world. My guess is it's harder to provide service to both Americans and, I don't know, Eastern Europeans. We have different tastes. Micro scooters, right? So you can, this is like kind of the things that they are advertising here. Food and wine, pet friendly, right? So this is an upsell opportunity. Yoga is like an exercise upsell opportunity. They talk about fitness centers. In this case, they're not talking about businesses, which is kind of interesting. So this is going to be really helpful data to us. Now let's go see what ChatGPT said to see if we can identify other interesting signs that we're going to look for. Streamline operations, boost efficiency. This is probably going to come through in some job descriptions. So we're going to look at hotel operations. Let's just see. I'm looking at a different screen here, and I'll pull this over in just a second. I have to sign in. I always have to sign in. Let's look at seniorities, certain seniorities. Head, director, manager, VP. All right. So all I'm looking at is, I just said the company description has to say hotel or hotels. I didn't do department that we just launched this. I'm pretty excited about this. I probably care about operations, top management, sales, IT probably, data science, customer support for sure. So we got these departments, and then I just want head, director, manager. And so actually probably just want the United States. So I can start to say, who are people that are hiring for certain types of roles? So controlled portfolio, revenue operations, pricing, performance, system, and tools, right? So this is a head of revenue management at this, looks like a specific hotel in these 3 other locations. So you can kind of see, like, look, PMS, right? They talk about, so we can actually say, I only want the jobs that talk about this sort of PMS system. So director of property management systems and processes. So best practice are like requirements, communication. So we can get a lot of understanding about operational challenges that this company is currently struggling with based on Town Place Suites by Marriott. So you can kind of see, the GPMS, well, they call it different things. So you can kind of see what problems they are actively thinking about in their job. So this is how you'd be able to find streamline operations, boost efficiency, inefficiency, lack of integration, outdated check-in system. So this is a perfect example. So let's actually see if we can, this is a little harder to do here. Couldn't check in. Let's actually do this on Yelp. So couldn't check in hotel. So basically what I'm going to do is we would probably want to do this programmatically once we find the, and actually I should do after 202.3.12. So these are reviews that have happened after, let's do September. After September of 2023, and where people say, I was told I couldn't check in, the home was being inspected, and the contract said. So you can kind of see what are the hotels that clearly have problems with check-in, and you can even do things like searching like this. in URL hotel. So these are saying, okay. That's not based on my browsing history. I just want to be extra clear. These are closed, and I could say not in title closed. This is so funny. Okay, so couldn't check in or use their phone, right? So you can understand who are the companies where people are having problems checking in. So this is a perfect example where if you're scoring that, now you do it for the entire market and people start to understand, I get it, that they have a challenge checking in, and therefore it's going to be really important to know which hotels have challenges checking in. Guest experience, interactions, staff productivity, automating mundane tasks. So we would probably identify what are the mundane tasks that people have problems with, like no coffee. I'm just inventing things now. Let's, if you have no coffee, I'm not a robot. No coffee pots in the room or microwave. So the nice thing is that if you actually you can programmatically search this in just the Google reviews of an individual hotel. No coffee pots or rooms in the microwave. The downstairs, not helpful. No creamer, no coffee. So you can kind of see where the people where there are these really mundane tasks, like making sure that there's coffee in the room, is really going to improve guest experience and probably staff productivity. Insight making, analytics, real-time data. Again, I would want to understand what are the customer implications of not having real-time data, and that might be like used to come here a lot. So where people we used to come here a lot until they recently closed to redo the place. We used to come here before they. So this is all lost revenue, right? I used to come here a lot, but never again. Right? Wow, what a phrase. I used to come here a lot, but never again. So that's a perfect example where you want to treat your very best customers with a different experience than people that are just, passing by, is my guess. Innovative technology. So this is really interesting. So let's go to this company's page, and let's see how they talk about themselves. So groups and weddings, that's really good. They've got a conference center, right? We probably want to know who has conference center. So let me tell you a cheap way to do this. You can do hotel in URL conference center. Oops. HOTL. I can't spell hotel. Monterey Conference Center, okay, this is really interesting. Square foot. So now you can start to understand how big are the 4,000, 15,000 square foot, 220,000. Look at this. This is a gigantic square foot, a conference square space, right? So you can understand, 47,000 square foot conference center. So maybe I even want to say, I could say conference center too. Outdoor plaza, right? So suddenly you can understand how big are the conference centers. Now, the other thing is about the town, about the resort. So if we can find the about pages, we can see how they talk about themselves. So this is the mountain and the town. I wonder if they talk about the hotel. Employment, department and people. Let's look at department and people. Well, this is kind of nice because it has all the contact information. So you're probably going to want to structure this. There's a little trick that I like to do. I wonder if this is going to work here. Oh, it will work while I'm recording a video. Nice. Put this in a table. Sometimes this works, where you actually can have ChatGPT understand this and translate it. GPT Vision is actually quite good. So a good way to go structure that information. Adaptability and future-proof solutions. Look at this. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? So you can totally just go take screenshots of this and structure this information. So anytime you have unstructured data, paste into ChatGPT, it'll do a good job here. Digital transformation. Another thing that we can get to is digital transformation. So what we might want to do is actually just say, who are the companies that are thinking about for the digital transformation, SOA efforts, SOA framework, digital transformation, large operating tour operator, right? Digital transformation, guided travel experts. This is not a perfect fit for them. Food service division. So these are folks that are actually, and let's actually remove the title restrictions. And this is just going to say, give me any job that talks about digital transformation. And so we kind of want to understand car sharing marketplace. That's really interesting. Decision. So some of these are like, this is a hotel, right? So Marriott's undergoing digital transformation, which is probably too big for them. 110 studios. Actually, that's not. Maybe this is a division of Marriott. That's might be interesting. Wow. Oh, JLL. Too many people. Okay. Sales and marketing efficiency. Conversion ratio improvement. You could also talk about upgrades here. My guess is that when you talk about conversion ratio improvement, that there's an upgrade when people not getting upgrades would be really helpful. Let's move Jordan in the corner. Why did I speak about myself in the third person? International presence, expansion glows. Oh, so this is a really good hack too. Let's do coming in URL locations. And let's do coming soon. So I can see explore current and coming soon locations from the Dream Hope, right? Coming soon, there are 200 extended locations available around the country. So you can see what are the, I love The Graduate. I love The Graduate. Where did I go? Which one did I go to? I went to the one in, where is it? I went there with my friend Seattle. This is the one I was at. Amazing. And they had a pour over thing in the room, which was like kind of incredible. So coming soon here. So coming soon, we can actually see. We can take a picture of this and say how many of the So here's like a little trick here. Let's zoom out a little bit. So you can do this type of thing programmatically too. Let's just take a screenshot. And that you can say, let's go back to ChatGPT, and we could do this programmatically. How many of these are coming soon? So passing in an image here, and you don't even need to pass in the text. Sometimes you can't get the text. It's actually embedded in an image. But ChatGPT does a pretty good job here. What else did we want to? And then I'm going to wrap this thing up because I think we did a lot of international presence and expansion, right? So expansion goals. So we did coming soon, but we could also look to likely from a business. Yeah. Okay. Great. Now tell me how many of these are in the United States. I don't know what code it's writing. This is so strange. Wow, I think this is going to be this. I think this will fail. Website and online presence, mentions of technology upgrades. That's a really interesting thing. So generally, the business owner will say, "We've just upgraded our system." So let's actually see if we can find that from the owner. So we just upgraded our system. So you can actually say, we just upgraded. We just upgraded our space, because we just upgraded our membership. So these are people that actually are talking about it. But sometimes, or you can say they just upgraded. So they just upgraded the room. So you can see who are the hotels that are actually investing. They said they just upgraded, right? They just upgraded the rooms and have flat screens now. So you can kind of see who are the companies that are actually invested in upgrading. Google reviews, we talked about that. Oh, public statements. That's a really good idea. I don't know where site or Reuters.com. So I don't know what the best place is like to open new hotel, close, like in title, new hotel. Let's new hotel, like new hotel, develop a new hotel in Fort Mill, new hotel deals. So you can actually take this information here on the hotel and understand completed, right? So you can sort of understand who are the people that are actually investing in new locations as well that aren't yet there. Social media is really interesting. So you can sort of see what their Instagram is, what's going on Instagram. So let's do Instagram.com, hotel group. Let's see if we can just find, let's just find one example. So we can see how many posts, how many followers. We can understand kind of a little bit how they're talking about themselves. And oh, this is interesting. I wonder if these are locations. Oh, maybe they are locations. Yeah. So this is actually a hotel group. But maybe we want to see. Oh, these are stories, I guess. I don't know anything about Instagram. I'm embarrassed. But you can kind of see who are the accounts that are posting avidly, that talk about certain types of experiences. And then if you go, if you kind of see their post, what are they posting about? So in this case, like this looks like luxury. As opposed to like more of a business hotel. So you could probably classify that based on some of these images. So that's how to build a ZoomInfo for you, and that's how I would start to look for pain in the market. And remember, if they know what people are complaining about, they understand their location footprint, they understand if the hotels are coming soon, they understand what jobs are being posted, suddenly building a ZoomInfo for you is a fantastic way to be able to understand which hotel groups you shouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole that haven't opened a location in years, that are getting bad reviews, that aren't in their star demographic. And what are the forward-thinking hotels that have a lot of hotels coming soon, that are doing well, that are interested in upgrading, and that are behind the times based on how their guests are talking about the experience. You can do this in any type of vertical. I just did it in the hotel industry here because that's kind of what came up on Google when I was exploring this. And if you want to learn about more of these strategies, I post pretty often about really interesting data-driven go-to-market experiments. And I'm so grateful that you're here. This was a 32-minute video. I didn't expect it to be that long, and hopefully you got something out of it. Thanks, everyone. Bye.